don't F this up. If you're holding ICP right now, then you are in very real danger of this happening to you. And it's spiraling out of control on a daily basis, and it's something we need to be aware of and get control of, because if we don't, it's going to cost us hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. I'm going to explain exactly what is happening right now, and it's happened before, and you need to be aware of it. So hit that like button, and let's find out what on earth I'm talking about. Now guys, if you subscribe to the channel, you would have seen me talking about ICP multiple times through the year, but mostly when ICP was worth around $3. And the words internet computer were even more offensive than saying Lord Voldemort at Hogwarts. Sorry. Bit too much. Okay, but you get the point. Everyone thought ICP was a scam, no one liked it, and no one wanted to talk about it. So when I made a video, people used to pretty much shit on it in the comments. They were like, you don't know anything, this is a scam, you should be looking at Casper. And why was that? Well guys, because last year, Casper pretty much came from all the way down here, and it did like a 14x. Unbelievable scenes. Good for the Casper community and guys who are involved there. Since then, the 16th of November, Casper then went sideways, eventually dipped all the way down there, came back up again, and might continue towards the upside. Now, if you've ever looked at horses, like this one, and you've seen them with these things on the side of their face, then you might understand where I'm going with this. On a horse, these are called blinkers, and they're there to stop the horse looking either side and keep it focused on where it should be going, which is in a straight line. Unfortunately, when these coins rally, our simple human minds can't really cope with it, and they do this. Our brains like to cut out all the noise and go with the path that agrees with our own opinions, because otherwise it would be very intense for our minds to think about. And that's why looking at this meme makes a lot of sense. 11 facts that support all your opinions. Hit the like button. So as the Casper price started to increase, guess what happened? Everyone who was holding Casper went out to seek more of that confirmation to feed their idea that Casper was going to go higher. And then you get hundreds of channels and everything telling you that you're going to make millions of dollars. It's going to do 10,000 Caspers, going to make you into a multi-millionaire, and all that good stuff. Everyone loves to feed on the Casper narrative. But let's see, from the 17th of November, what happened in other coins? Well, since this is an ICP video, you're going to understand what I'm going to be talking about, because this was like the 17th of November for ICP, and then since then, you saw gains nearly 300%, like a 4x. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's had a little bit of a pullback here, but that's fine, isn't it? But here's the biggest issue right now, the elephant in the room. It's this. ICP, or Internet Computer, went from something that Jerry Banfield mentioned a few times, I mentioned maybe a couple of times a month, until everyone's telling you every day that, buckle up, bigger price predictions coming out the window. And I'm not digging at these guys, because their job is to get you to click on their video and watch it. And you want to do that because you bought ICP and you want to be a millionaire too. And you want to make your 100x on your ICP project. And that's fine. Indulge your ego. But don't do this. In a lot of the videos that I made recently, in the comment sections, I just hear people saying, all I hold right now is ICP. You don't need anything else because ICP is going to do a 50x. And I see this time and time again. And that's the horse with his blinkers on right now. And the problem is, it's because ICP did rally really hard recently, and myself, and I'm sure you guys, if you were subscribed, would have been making some really good gains in it as well. And I loved that. And I still hold ICP. This isn't me shitting on ICP, guys. Relax, okay? Before you dislike the video and get warmed up to give some abuse, it's probably your blinkers, your confirmation bias, because I'm saying things that might not agree with your kind of opinion that because all in on ICP is what we should do. Here, if you're all in on ICP, then why do you bother watching videos every day to tell you more about why you should be all in on crypto? Because if you believe that ICP is going to do a 50x in 2 years, happy days. Buy your ICP, turn off your computer and go out and do something fun. Because on a day-to-day basis, there are kind of a few bits and pieces going on with ICP, but overall, you're not going to see anything crazy take place from one day to another. And if you're being really brutally honest with yourself, you're just wasting time trying to make yourself feel better about the price going higher. So what's the problem with this blinkering effect? Well, like the effect I just told you with the kind of the Casper narrative and the ICP narrative and whatever, different coins are pumping at different times. Solana had a really good early part of the year, then went quiet, then had a really good finish to the year. At different times, you saw Avalanche having a killer time. And now we're seeing Akash and deepin come in. And you're like, I don't even know what deepin is because I just watch ICP videos every day. Now, guys, I know that's not everyone, and there are a lot of people here who are doing a lot of good, broad research, okay? This isn't aimed to talk down to anyone. It's just from my own experience in the last bull market where I got blinkered and just paid attention to Ethereum and Solana, and then eventually got fucked because I was not looking in enough different places. This here is a June dashboard from Crypto Choreo, okay? Very cool. So you can just search for Crypto Choreo up here. And these are different narratives. Now you can see something in this very messy looking chart that at different times, different narratives are like peaking and troughing, peaking and troughing. That's really important. And look at this. On the 1st of May last year, the best narrative apparently was Meme 2.0 and the worst narrative was Bitcoin ETF. And then go on like to 29 days forward, the worst narrative out there is, guess what, Meme 2.0. And I'm assuming without looking back that this is around the time that Pepe exploded onto the scene and then suddenly just fucking fizzled away. About a month ago, everyone was talking about various different meme coins like Cock Inu and Bonk and whatever else, which exploded, and good for those guys who got in early. But when everyone's talking about the narrative, it's usually due to have a little cool off. And as you can see through here, there's loads of different narratives and things that are going to be moving all the time. ICP isn't just going to go in one straight line to the top. What we should be doing is, after seeing those crazy pumps, to pull out a little bit of profit so we can maybe start to play in other arenas and keep our fingers on the pulse of the future narratives that are coming out. And here's an example of a narrative. If you're not really sure what this narrative is and why it's going to mean so much, and here's an example of a narrative to be aware of. Now, ICP can potentially benefit from this, and I will talk about ICP in just a moment. But until that happens, let's focus on this. This is AI scaling issues. I recently have started to find myself a bit blinkered into deepin or decentralized physical infrastructure for very good reason, because there's a massive scaling issue in AI. AI products demand a huge amount of computational data processing, storage, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. You can see by 2030, the hardware projected spend is going to reach $1.7 trillion, which is the value pretty much of all crypto in the last bull market. The bull market top as well. So therefore, this is a very good narrative to be maybe taking some of our profits off of ICP and looking into this narrative right now, because we've seen the likes of a cash absolutely exploding. And if you want to find out more about a cash, then I'll leave a link down below for this thread over on my Twitter page, or X, whatever you want to call it. And you can go and find out about a cash and understand why this narrative is going to be super hot for the next 2 or 3 months. You might be able to take your profits out of ICP, make yourself like a cheeky 4 or 5x in some of these projects in deepin, take that money back, fill your ICP bags again after a little bit of a pullback, and then watch it go. You see, if we just stick in one project, like Casper, guys, for 2 months it's been going sideways or down. 2 months ago, you could have sold it and made yourself like a 3x on the money you took out of Casper and put it into ICP. If you're prepared to sit here and watch YouTube videos on crypto, fair enough, but make it work for you. Don't just keep watching the same shit over and over again, repeating something you already believe or already know. Ideally, you want to watch something that challenges your opinion of something. If you think something sounds amazing, like I really love Casper, go and look for a video that shits on it. And maybe it's wrong, maybe you don't agree with it, but at least have an open mind, and this is going to help open your mind a bit further, rather than someone just telling you what you want to know, because all they're interested in doing right now is growing their YouTube channels, which I am too, but hopefully being a little bit more imaginative along the way. So as we look into the ICP price, we want to understand what it is that's driving this. Now, obviously, guys, before, I know a lot of people would have been upset by this as well. ICP is not a meme coin. I get it, okay? ICP is a project I covered lots last year because I saw fantastic potential in this. Okay, so this was not designed to shit on ICP in any way, guys. I like ICP, okay? I think it's a phenomenally exciting and promising project. It's an extremely ambitious project, which means if I'm betting on it, there's a very good chance that it could absolutely kill it for me, or potentially not do very well at all. I still don't think it's going to do badly, because I still think it's undervalued because of all that FTX nonsense that went on last year or a couple of years ago. I still think that's kind of in there and it is slowly recovering to where it should be. But it's trying to replace the interest. But it's trying to replace the legacy internet. There's a huge amount of bureaucracy that stands in the way of that happening. The tech, etc., to make this happen, fair. If there's anyone who can do it, it probably is Definity, but it's so massive. And to be able to pull it off is not a guaranteed thing. So what do we need to see whether it can be pulled off or not? Well, we need to see that there is a bunch of new developers, etc., entering into the space. And this was quite a promising thing I saw. Ecosystems with 100 or more full-time developers, Starknet, and Internet Computer. So Internet Computer is the second fastest growing by percentage of new developers building on their ecosystem. And that's very positive. And, you know, if this continues to grow forward, then this is a very, very big thing for ICP Internet Computer. So knowing full well that there's a good upside potential for this, but also, you know, risk that not really much happens at all, then I still 100%, this project or any project can't really be all in. Because if you're all in on any project, no matter how glorious and great it sounds, you're going to miss out on so much other stuff. Yeah, ICP does well, okay? I think it's going to do well. I still hold some ICP, but I don't hold the full bag that I held at the bottom of the market because of this. If I go to an ICP chart right now and I say, would I buy right now, even if I think ICP is amazing? Look at this chart. No, I wouldn't. And if my answer is no, that means that lots of other people's answer is also no. And if there's not more people who are willing to buy it at this price because they think the price looks high, there's more people who will start to sell it because they'll get bored. And then eventually it starts to do what every project who's been ramping recently starts to do. And you can see that they will always do the same sort of thing and they will always start to cool off. Veracity, DYDX, which has already had a great pullback. And in fact, if I was to tell you another ecosystem that I think is going to start to do well right now, that would be the Cosmos ecosystem with the Atom token and anything in the Cosmos ecosystem, and created this very perfect pattern where you see a nice buy zone here. It dips all the way back down, finds itself in the buy zone, starts to move out. DYDX did it. Rune has been doing it as well, starting to get into this buy zone here, and it's really that straightforward. Now, guys, if you're all in on ICP and you really believe in it and you want to keep studying it, I'm not holding that against you. But as long as you're aware that you're going to miss out on a lot of other really interesting and important opportunities in this whole crypto space. This ecosystem is evolving, and GameFi and AI and deepin and various different narratives are going to come hot and cold at different points. Layer 2s have been having a good run recently. They're starting to move into different layer 2s. Money comes out of Optimism, goes into Arbitrum. Arbitrum goes up. Money flows out into Mantle, Metis, you name it. And I get it. There's so much information out there and you're not really sure which way to turn. And that's why myself and Peter Voogd, who made over 7 figures in crypto during the last bull market, have created this brand new crypto VIP league. Now, this allows you to gain access to a pure alpha chat where there's between 5 and 10 crypto experts who are giving daily analysis on the top narratives and trends, as well as new projects to keep an eye on the trades they are taking through the week. Now, we don't take hundreds of trades all the time because that is what messes you up. What we do is focus on the very best opportunities that come to us and then share them with the group without the noise and all the problems that you see in all these other communities. As well as that, we also have weekly calls where we do Q&As, we do live trading sessions. There's also online networking events where you can chill out, have a beer and talk about stuff that isn't necessarily crypto, either with me or with Peter Voogd, who's been incredibly successful making money online. Now, not only will you gain access to this crypto community, but you'll also gain access to a huge alpha network with multiple individuals who've made between 6 and 7 figures in cryptocurrency. And you'll also gain access to a bunch of other different systems out there. So if you want to cut out all the noise and focus on the clear, most important stuff that's happening right now in crypto and not get blinkered into the wrong coins at the wrong times, then guys, go and check out the Crypto VIP League. There's a video here explaining more about it, and as well, you can go and check out the page and see what else there is on offer. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button. Remember, don't get blinkers on. Take them off. Look at the broader picture. Subscribe. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.